Is it Roark Stadium or Rourke?
Roark. Named after the Roark Company.
He was a lawyer in a John Grisham movie, Roark.
With his parents, Nicole and Nathan Johnson.
It was a pitcher not used by the Nationals.
Yeah. Named after the Roark family on Main Street.
Number 76, Blake Hall.
I like the fact they're doing this sport again.
With his parents, Bill and Sherry
Me too.
Hall.
Quick.
Number 77, Caden Adams.
All right, Shane. We are a little bit delayed tonight due to senior night. We are a little bit delayed due to senior night. We are going to start in 7 minutes. 7 minutes.
Number 87, Lee Nuttall. With his parents, George Greger and
Yeah, 7 minutes, Shane.
Rachel Greger. Number 89, Chase Blair.
That's going all week, basically. And so my guess is that they just have to.
With his parents, Dinah Jordan, Daryl Jordan, and Tamara Blair.
Hello. Check 1, 2. The Kevin Kersey Agency of the Farmers Insurance Group. Hello. Check 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Number 97, Wes Mall. With his parents, Rayhan Mall and Esther Mall.
Hello. Check 1, 2.
Number 99, Brandon Robinson.
Check 1, 2. Hello.
Parents, Arlene Millen.
All right. Check 1, 2, Shane. Check 1, 2. We've got 6 minutes now, Shane. 6 minutes till we begin our broadcast. We've got 4 bars up here tonight. We will see how long they hold. 4 bars so far.
Can you check R2 Bank 1 just as backup? Sure, thank you.
Make welcome our managers, Tyler Burr. Parents, Martin and Lori Burr.
Sounds like crap.
Tyon McKenzie.
Hello.
Parents, Latanya Fry. Lucy Stout.
Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2.
All right, well,
With Wayne and Natalie Stout.
one is Brownsburg. The access sounds good. I'll go check it again here real quick. As long as we see
Darren
the access.
Strine. With Lisa Strine and Greg and Marcy Strine.
Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Hello.
Now let's say thank you to our senior cheerleaders.
Check 1, 2.
Erica
Check 1, 2. 5 minutes. I'm sorry, Shane. 4 minutes and 45 seconds. Hello.
Parents Rhonda and David Berman. Kayla Nietzsche. Parents Gary and Heidi Nietzsche. Aspen Falcone. And their parents Bob and Angela Falcone.
Hello. All right. Welcome our HSE fans in here tonight on Audio Sports Online, as well as 98.9 FM WYRZ for our simulcast of Brownsburg and Hamilton Southeastern. I'm Rob Kendall. We're counting down here on senior night for our broadcast, getting synced up with our radio station in Brownsburg. So thank you so much for joining us. And we've got about just a little bit under 4 minutes before we're going to start our broadcast tonight. Check 1, 2. Hello, hello.
Mr. Von Kelly Ruthie.
Okay, Shane, we've got 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes.
Let's hear it for our senior football players, managers, and cheerleaders. Thank you, Bulldogs and families. Brownsburg football players, you are released. Head back to the
We've got about 2.5 minutes before we begin our webcast tonight of Hamilton Southeastern football, also simulcast on 98.9 FM WYRZ. So please, you're with us tonight, wherever you're tuning in from, as the Brownsburg Bulldogs are taking on the Hamilton Southeastern Royals. Oops, there we go, that's better. Hello, hello, hello. 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, Shane. 2 minutes. 2 minutes, Shane.
Y'all be doing this, ball comes to your side, just kind of moving forward, doing that with the clock every now and again.
Okay, Shane, we got 1 minute. 1 minute. Thirty seconds, Shane.
Tell Shane I said hello.
I absolutely will do that. Shane Greg Rakestraw says hi. 20 seconds.
Your game on game. Years ago, right? Yeah.
The Kevin Kersey Agency presents Hendricks County Friday Night Football on WYRZ 98.9, powered by AudioSportsOnline.com. Tonight's game is underwritten by the Kevin Kersey Agency of Brownsburg, Westside Plumbing, Heating and Air, UPS, Panuni's Pizza and Wings, Crane and Crane Credit Union. And we will have our broadcast coming up, but first we're going to rise for the playing of our national anthem. the playing of our national anthem, and we welcome you in tonight here on 98.9 FM WYRZ and AudioSportsOnline.com. I'm Rob Kendall, and it is a Hoosier Crossroads Conference matchup from Brownsburg High School. A lot on the line tonight as the Brownsburg Bulldogs play host to the Hamilton Southeastern Royals. We'll tell you about the game in just a moment. But first, the Kevin Kersey Insurance Agency of the Farmers Insurance Group helps with home, auto, life, or business needs. They're located at 480 East Northfield Drive, Suite 300 in Brownsburg, next to Bill Estes Ford. Phone number is 317-286-3481, and you can find them on Facebook at the Kevin Kersey Agency or their website, farmersagent.com/KKersey. And Panuni's Pizza and Wings in Brownsburg delivers to Pittsboro, Claremont, North Avon, and all of Brownsburg. Pizza, calzones, breadsticks, and wings are always available. More information can be found on their Facebook page as well as their website, panuni.com. They're located at 1447 East Main in Brownsburg. Phone number is 317-286-3500. They're open Sunday through Thursday, 11 to 9, Friday and Saturday, open till 11. And Westside Plumbing, Heating and Air offers residential heating and air conditioning, maintenance, repair, and replacement, and serve all of Hendricks County and West Indianapolis. Their phone number is 317-445-8399. More information can be found at westsideplumbing.net and their Facebook page by searching for Westside Plumbing. And the new Plainfield UPS is now hiring part-time package handlers and part-time supervisors for 3 different shifts, morning, evening, and late night. A weekly retention bonus, pension benefits, and college tuition reimbursements are available for part-time UPS employees. More information on available positions, online applications, and scheduling an interview can be found at upsjobs.com. And last but not least, Crane Credit Union can assist when buying a home or car. Paying bills and depositing checks as well as making loan payments can be done by smartphones with their mobile app 24 hours a day. Located in 27 Indiana counties, more information can be found at cranecu.org, federally insured by NCUA. And again, welcome to our broadcast tonight. I'm Rob Kendall, coming to you from the beautiful Roark Stadium in Brownsburg, Indiana, where the Brownsburg Bulldogs still have the Hoosier Crossroads Conference Championship in front of them. They come in with the record of 6-2. They're going to be taking on the Hamilton Southeastern Royals, who enter with a record of 3-5. For Brownsburg, they need a win and an Avon loss to win the Hoosier Crossroads Conference Championship, as Avon also at 6-2, and Avon does hold the tiebreaker with that regular season win over Brownsburg back in week number 4. The Bulldogs coming onto the field now, as we still got about 5 minutes up on the clock before our broadcast tonight. Bulldogs in the neutral black uniforms, purple numbers, purple helmets. A lot different than when I went to Brownsburg High School. The traditional purple and white is now given way, and that is the new look for the Brownsburg Bulldogs. Head coach John Hart for the Brownsburg Bulldogs. He has been nothing but a success story. Great season last year, 8-1 conference champ, 6-2 this year, and in line for at least a share. Now, again, the conference championship would go to Avon if the Bulldogs and Orioles both win, because Avon has the tiebreaker. For Hamilton Southeastern, it's been a bit of a rebuilding year. They come in with a record of 3-5, and head coach Scott May has noted on the Scott May Show, which we run each week on Audio Sports Online, that he really sees improvement in this team. He sees a lot of young kids getting better. He was, however, disappointed in their loss last week at home against Burbuff, the regular season home finale for those Hamilton Southeastern Royals, and he certainly wants to see improvement on that tonight. And again, a perfect night for high school football. I want to say thank you to Shane Ray back in the Hendricks Power Cooperative Studios, Jason Dozier in the Audio Sports Online Studios, and a reminder that you're listening to 98.9 FM WYRZ LP Brownsburg, Indiana. We got our friends from 1070 The Fan next to us as well, so if you hear a few voices in the background, that's who it is. And again, don't forget, if you're listening to our broadcast tonight on 98.9 FM WYRZ, don't forget you can watch the simulcast tonight on WYRZ, on AudioSportsOnline.com. Head over to AudioSportsOnline.com. You can see a video feature of our broadcast as well. And, of course, Brownsburg, much like Avon, a little bit more enthusiasm as they wind down their regular season because, well, Ben Davis is no longer in their sectional. Yes, appropriately named the sectional of death by many people for numerous years. Brownsburg, Avon, Ben Davis, and Pike were in the same sectional. No more. Brownsburg will get Perry Meridian in week number 1. That'll be they got a week off next week, so no game next week. And then the 27th of October, Brownsburg will take on Perry Meridian. Avon will take on Southport. So the Bulldogs, they're not going to do any scoreboard watching tonight. They're out to win it and then let the other chips fall where they may. And again, if you're a Hamilton Southeastern fan, the Royals now on the field as well, wearing the road white jerseys, blue letters and numbers, blue pants, and gray helmets. And again, the Royals, a team that seemed at least to be getting better each week until that last week against Burbuff. Scott May, again, not happy with that and certainly voiced his displeasure. Not on the final score. He was not happy with that, but the team's overall effort he was a little disappointed with. And don't forget, on the AudioSportsOnline.com side of things, you can hear the Scott May Show every Monday night. We've got the podcast up for you on AudioSportsOnline.com. Teams meeting at midfield, and we're going to have our coin toss here. We want to thank Kelly Wagner and the entire athletic staff, Dr. Jim Snap as well, superintendent of Brownsburg Schools. Thanks for taking good care of us tonight. What a beautiful field. The famed Roark Stadium, donated the land donated by the Roark family back in the 1960s, I believe. And for years it was, well, they were the last holdout with that natural grass. And then a couple years ago, going to the field turf were the Brownsburg Bulldogs. And it is just an absolutely beautiful facility, one of the best press boxes in the state. I always say Brownsburg and Zionsville, probably my two favorite places to go in terms of an absolute overall facility. And so it's absolutely a phenomenal evening for high school football, and we can't thank you enough for being a part of it, whether you're watching tonight on Audio Sports Online or listening to us on 98.9 FM WYRZ. Again, Rob Kendall is my name. Still got a minute 30 up on the clock, and we are just about ready for high school football. Both of these teams, for the Royals, I'll tell you what, it could easily have those records reversed. Could easily be 5-3 instead of 3-5. A couple games they probably feel like they should have won early in the season. Certainly that game against Zionsville, even though the score wasn't all that close, several turnovers in the red zone did them in. And you look at the Fishers game and even that early loss to North Central, games that they probably felt like they were in, could have had a chance at, but as it stands, it's 3-5 for the Hamilton Southeastern Royals. Hamilton Southeastern on the sectional side of things, they're going to take on Fishers in week number 1, and because they're 6A like Brownsburg, they'll be getting a week off. We'll have that broadcast for you on AudioSportsOnline.com. That'll be an audio-only broadcast from Hamilton Southeastern. The Royals are going to receive the kick tonight, and they will move from left to right on your computer screen or radio dial, however you've got us tuned in. And we certainly want to thank you for being a part of Hendricks County High School football. The Kevin Kersey Agency presents Friday Night Lights here on 98.9 FM WYRZ. Back for the Royals to receive the kick, number 27, Jack Boyd. He's been a danger all year long for the Royals, and he is joined back there by number, I believe that's 36, Anthony Eagers. And so we are just about underway. There's the kick. It's a high end over end kick. And it'll be taken back at the 5. To the 5, to the 10, to the 15. He'll take it to the far side of the field, 20. And that's Boyd up near the 25. And again, a little bit, if you're watching us tonight, we are blocked slightly from the corners, getting that camera into the corner of the end zones because of the way these windows move up and down. So we apologize for that in advance. But certainly glad you're with us here tonight and enjoy high school football. The Royals offense coming onto the field. And here come the Royals. Huppenthal will get the start tonight. It's Ben Sparks, but Huppenthal back out there now. Snap, pitch to the far side of the field, and with room to run across the 20, 25, 30. He's off to the races. He's down the sidelines. He can go the distance. 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, 75 yards. Jackson Sweeney taking it the distance for the score in what will be his last regular season game, and the Royals lead it quickly by a score of 6-0, 11:38 left to go in the first quarter. Boy, Scott May couldn't have designed that one any better. Little pitch off the left side of the line, and Sweeney got the corner, turned the corner, and took it up and in for the score. And now it's number 94 on for the extra point, Tyler Melser. Snap spot, kick is up, and the kick is good. And very quickly, the Hamilton Southeastern Royals strike as they lead it by a score of 7-0. And again, this will be our final, well, maybe not. I guess we should put that out there. This may be our final broadcast of the year here on 98.9 FM WYRZ. It may not be. and we're still looking at perhaps carrying some postseason football. If you're interested, be it Brownsburg or Avon, in seeing the broadcast continue, we need to hear from some underwriters. Let us know, 317-852-1610, 317-852-1610. If you're interested in broadcasting the Avon or hearing the Avon or Brownsburg games broadcast, we're still open to doing that. Or you can send an email if you don't want to call 317-852-1610, Rob, R-O-B, at WYRZ.org, R-O-B at WYRZ.org. And we hope to hear from you. We've got some people interested, but it does take some resources to get these broadcasts on the air, and we'll certainly hope that we can do that. So to be determined whether this will indeed be our final broadcast. We do know it'll be our final regular season broadcast because it's the final regular season game. Short kick. It'll hit, bounce at the 20, up to the 25. Now busting to the far side of the field. He's got room to run across the 30, staying on his feet up to the 35. And that was number 5 for the Brownsburg Bulldogs, Sumter Bay. Shy Sumter Bay. And it'll be first down and 10 for Brownsburg. Strakus, the quarterback, will come onto the field. Kyle Strakus, senior quarterback. Of course, he had to play behind a pretty darn good player there for 3 years. Hunter Johnson, now at Clemson. Indiana Mr. Football, one of the best. You could make a case one of the best high school players to ever come out of the state of Indiana, but it is his time to shine, and he's done a nice job championing the Bulldogs to a 6-2 record through our first 8 games of the regular season. Snap, back to pass. Nope, he's going to hand it up. Quarterback keeper, room to run, turns the corner, and cuts it back across the 45. That's going to be a gain of about 7, maybe 8 yards. That'll depend on the spot. And so Strakus that time with the run, it'll bring up second down for the Bulldogs. Well, if you blinked, you missed it. The Bulldogs kicked the ball off first. Royals took the first play from scrimmage. Jackson Sweeney went 75 yards for the run and the score. And now let's see what the Bulldogs can do here on offense. Strakus with the second and short. Snap, quick drop, fires, and it's a low pass, incomplete, off the turf. And it was intended for number 11, Bryce Kurtz. That is the favorite target of Strakus. So it'll bring up a third down now for the Bulldogs, and we will see what Brownsburg can do here. Third down and about 2. They need to get to the 45-yard line. And now the Royals show blitz, but back off, and now flag flies. And let's see, it looked like the Royals were in the neutral zone. Let's see what they got here. No signal yet. Offside's the call, and that'll be a free first down for the Bulldogs. So Scott May, who has been preaching more discipline from his team, and an unforced error there I know he's not going to be happy with. So second down coming up here, or first down rather, coming up here for the Bulldogs. Out of the shotgun, 2 receivers to the right, 1 man to the left. Snap, there's the give, and boy, big hit at the line of scrimmage. Great hit that time by Hamilton Southeastern's number 9, Johnny May, coach's son, playing his final regular season game. And boy, there is nothing Scott May would like to go out with in this regular season that he was pretty candid. Been a little bit of a disappointment this year. He knew it would be a rebuilding year, but I think he just expected a little bit better effort from his team than to beat the Brownsburg Bulldogs at home. Boy, that would just be, or at Brownsburg, I should say. Boy, that would just be phenomenal for him. And the Royals fans, of course. Snap back to pass. Going down the field, Strakus, he's got a man, and he overshot the intended receiver. He was wide open. The corner fell down, and that would have been off to the races. I believe that was number 26 for the Bulldogs. Armonte Carter, it looks like. Yes, it was. Armonte Carter was the intended receiver. Incomplete pass. It'll bring up third down and 13 yards to go. 10-13 left to go in the first quarter of action. As Strakus now looks over to the sideline, gets his signal. 2 receivers wide to the right, 1 man to the left. Snap back to pass. Steps up. Has time. Flushed out. He's going to roll right side. He's off to the races. Throwing down the field. Got a man. It's picked off. Picked off at the 30-yard line. Had a man. Tried to throw into double coverage that time. And that was picked off. I believe it was number 16, Leth Sundling. So there you go. all Hamilton Southeastern early on. Nice job by Strakus. He busted free and took off rolling right side, had him in, but it was in double coverage and just underthrew the ball a little bit. Sundling went up and grabbed the football. 3 receivers wide to the right, 2 men to the left, empty backfield. Huppenthal down under center. Now he'll work out of the shotgun. Man going in motion. Snap. There's the give and a whistle. Flag fly. That's going to be illegal procedure, I think, on the Royals. It is a dead ball, false start on Hamilton Southeastern. 10:02 left to play in the first. I'm Rob Kendall. Thanks for joining us tonight from Brownsburg High School as the Bulldogs play host to the Hamilton Southeastern Royals. It's 7-0 HSE. 10:02 left to play in the first. 3 receivers wide to the right, 2 men to the left. Snap back to pass, quarterback draw now, and there goes Huppenthal. He will turn the corner, get very close to the original line of scrimmage, gain of about 5, and that's going to bring up second down now for the Hamilton Southeastern Royals. HSE does not huddle, or they rarely huddle, I should say. And Scott May talked about this year very early on in the season. Says we do that because we can call the play from the sidelines. Now we're advanced enough to do that. There's a little, nope. Thought it was going to be an end around. Huppenthal decided to keep it, and he gets maybe the initial line of scrimmage, not much more. 3rd and long coming up. We asked Scott May, we said, why do you guys do that now? We don't see not only you guys, but many teams huddle anymore. And he said, hey, we're advanced enough now. We can call these plays from the sidelines. It keeps the defense a lot of times on the field, doesn't let them get their players on and off. And so we have confidence in our team that we can get the play in without a huddle. 2 receivers wide to the left, 2 men to the right. 1 man in the backfield. It's a 3rd and 10 coming up. Snap, quick drop. Fires, middle of the field, incomplete, tipped up. And it'll bring up a 4th down. So the Bulldogs defense, after the turnover, forces the 3 and out. Again, thanks for joining us tonight right here on 98.9 FM WYRZ and AudioSportsOnline.com. I'm Rob Kendall. Certainly appreciate you being with us tonight for our regular season finale. Beautiful night for high school football. And there's the snap. Kick is clean. It's a bit of a wobbly kick. It'll be taken on the fly at about the 36. And nice job by the Royals that time to get down there. Host of Royals in on the tackle. And so with 8:52 left to play in the first quarter, it's an 7-0 HSE lead. Bulldogs offense coming back on to the field. I want to thank all those of you joining us tonight, whether you're watching on Audio Sports Online, listening to us on WYRZ. Either way, an archive broadcast of this game will be posted for your listening enjoyment. It'll be up tomorrow. You can check it out anytime you want. Snap. There's the give. Little stretch play to the near side of the field, and that doesn't go anywhere. Royals line doing a nice job so far. That was Donovan Marcus. And now it'll bring up a 2nd down and 9. Strakus will work out of the shotgun. Bulldogs loading heavy to the right side. Snap, rolling right side. Strakus wanted to throw. Now does. Down the field. Got a man. Oh, but it's over the head of the intended receiver. That was number 16 that time, Reese Thomas. And it'll bring up a 3rd down for the Bulldogs, facing a 3rd and long. And it's been a change for head coach John Hart. Of course, he had Hunter Johnson last year, and most of the time just told Hunter, go out there and make something happen. And this year, not having that superstar quarterback, has had to really get more people involved in the offense. Really been much, not to say it was a false start this time on the Bulldogs. Receiver catching early and going. And the infractor that time was Reese Thomas. So he was either trying to make up for that pass he couldn't catch, or he was getting the ball that time because, boy, he was sure ready to go. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and 14 yards to go now from the 38 for the Brownsburg Bulldogs. Strakus working out of the shotgun. Now we'll move some players around. Ends up being 2 receivers wide to the right, 1 man to the left. Snap back to pass. Steps up, fires to the near side of the field. That's a little bubble screen, and it's Kurtz. Kurtz will make the catch. He'll get back to the initial line of scrimmage. Not much more. The Royals force another 3 and out. So a great job so far by this HSE defense, giving the Bulldogs next to nothing. And Scott May has talked about this a couple times on his show, that when the Royals defense is doing well, that front line, the front 3 or 4 guys are really playing well, and so far tonight they have certainly owned the line of scrimmage. And that's not anything new or anything different. Any team you're pretty much going to encounter, if they got a good defense, their line's going to play pretty well. Steinman with the kick. There is the kick. It's a short kick. It'll hit. It'll bounce. Big bounce for Brownsburg, and now it's going to be fielded. Not sure why that happened, but it was fielded cleanly for the Royals, luckily. And that was number 10, Ben Boyson, with the return. Short return. He did stop the trickling of the football towards the end zone, and he'll get it up to about the 18-yard line. It'll bring up first down and 10.
That, too, was a 3-and-out drive. Brock was by degree in 3 at Purdue University. Students get a Purdue liberal arts degree in 3 years. And they're out.
7:26 left to go here in the first quarter. I'm Rob Kendall. Thanks for joining us. The Kevin Kersey Agency presents Friday Night Lights here on 98.9 FM WYRZ. Kevin Kersey, been our underwriter all year long. Snap. Quarterback keeper. Huppenthal breaks out of one tackle, and he will break out of another. Nice job. He lost his helmet, so he ran about 30 yards. He'll end up with 5 or so on the play and lost a helmet in the process. And so he's going to have to come out of the game now, because that's the rule in football. If the helmet comes off, you got to come out. So Cody Sparks, who was the backup at the start of the season, became the starter, now back to being the backup, will come into the ball game now. 2nd and 5 coming up. 6:50 left to play in the first quarter, and that's a incomplete pass, low throw on the near side of the field. It was intended for number 18, Zach Boyle. Would have been a short gain if he'd have completed the pass. So it'll be 3rd down coming up for the Royals. 3rd and 5, 6:48 left to go. And it is Huppenthal back in the football game. No, check that. I think that is still – no, that's still Sparks. Still Sparks. He's much taller. That's how I could tell even before he turned around on the jersey there. In tight, 3 men to the left side of the field, 1 man to the right. Man goes in motion now from left to right. Snap. There's the give to Sweeney, and that's a short gain on the play. The Bulldogs there to snuff it out. And that's a sign of a team that really doesn't have a whole lot of confidence under quarterback right now, as I know the Royals have been searching for that for a while between Huppenthal and Sparks, as despite the 3rd and long electing to run the football. But when your defense has played the way it has so far, why take any chances? They'll just punt it away and hope the defense can stand tall. Royals with the kick now. Kick is away. Good kick. It'll hit, bounce high in the air. It'll be fielded at the 40. Big hit, bounces off. He's got room to run, and he's off to the races. Bounce off one tackle. He's down the sidelines. He's going to go the distance. 10-5, touchdown. Number 7, DeQuincy Davis, bounced right off the initial tackle like he had a spring on him or something, and then jets down the left side of the football field all the way for the score, and it's 7-6, 6:04 left to play in the first quarter. So DeQuincy Davis on the verge of knotting the football game. Went from being, it was a big hit, but the defender did not wrap up. And now on to attempt the extra point. Here we go. Snap spot. Kick is up. Kick is down the middle. It's good. That was number 38, Clay Chase. And Clay Chase has knotted the ball game at 7. 6:04 left to play in the first as the Kevin Kersey Agency presents Friday Night Lights here on 98.9 FM WYRZ. Don't forget, coming up after the football game tonight, Kevin Kersey taking you back. It's normally the 80s at 8. Now during football season, it's the 80s at 10. Again, thanks for joining us tonight. If you're just tuning in, I'm Rob Kendall, coming your way from Brownsburg High School as the Bulldogs and the Royals of HSE knotted at 7 apiece. DeQuincy Davis went the distance on a punt return. Jackson Sweeney took the opening run of the ball game, 75 yards for the score, and that is our points. So now the Bulldogs will kick it off. So now the Bulldogs will kick it off. The Royals will receive the kick. They're moving from left to right here in the opening quarter. Or if you're a direction sort of person, north to south. There's a kick. It'll sail into the end zone, and that will be a touchback. So the Bulldogs get a bit of a break there, a little bit of momentum booster, as they were previously kind of feeling a little bit on their heels. And now it is the Royals that will have to respond. And I'm Rob Kendall, coming your way tonight from Brownsburg High School. Thanks for being with us. Royals in the road white jerseys, blue letters and numbers, gray helmets. And it is Huppenthal back down under center. Snap, pitch, Sweeney. He'll take it to the far side of the field. He's got the 20, 25, turns the corner, meets a couple of Bulldog defenders, but a nice gain on first down. And it'll bring up second down and about 5 for the Royals. Stayed in bounds. Clock continues to move. 5:50 and counting left to go in the first. Two receivers going wide to the right, one man to the left. Single back formation, man in tight right. Snap, give, and Sweeney hits, spins forward, might have picked up a yard, maybe not. Yeah, it looks like about the initial line of scrimmage and not much more. So another 3rd down and 3 coming up for the Royals. 5:10 left to go in the first quarter. So the Bulldogs' offense hasn't done much. Their special teams has been great. The Royals haven't done much other than that one play from Jackson Sweeney. So these two defenses have got to feel pretty good overall about themselves. 3rd down, snap, back to pass. Huppenthal throwing on the run, and it is tipped up, incomplete. Muchner was the intended receiver, and Huppenthal kind of put it up in the air there that time, up for grabs. Muchner went up, couldn't get the ball, and it'll bring up a 4th down. The Royals punt unit back on to the field. So the Royals hoping for a better result than last time. Snap is high, pulls it down. There's the kick. It's a high kick. It'll sail over the head of Davis that time. It'll bounce. It'll go inside the 20 all the way down to about the 19-yard line or so, and it'll be 1st down and 10 there for the Bulldogs. Phenomenal kick that time, and 4:34 left to go. The Royals are able to switch ends, and when we return to action, the Bulldogs will have the ball tied at 7. Again, thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Rob Kendall, coming your way from Brownsburg High School, where the Hamilton Southeastern Royals and the Brownsburg Bulldogs are knotted at 7. Big game for the Bulldogs, as if they win and Avon loses, they are the HCC champions. Bulldogs entered with a record of 6-2. The Royals with a record of 5-3. Out of the shotgun, snap, Wildcats to Kurtz. Kurtz has got room to run, and boy, nice tackle. Linebacker came up and made the hit. Well, that could have been a huge gain that time. That was 51, Dalton Potter. Still a gain of about 6 yards for Kurtz, but that could have been a lot more. They're going to give him about 7. They're going to, well, now 8. So a couple of... So the refs helping out a little bit there if you're a Bulldogs fan. Moving the ball forward about 2 yards. Snap, give, center of the field. A nice job by the Royals to come up and hit. However, forward push, probably going to be enough for a 1st down. And again, that's number 20 for the Bulldogs, Donovan Marcus. He'll get up to the 31. And Marcus now gives the Bulldogs a fresh set of downs. 3:45 left to play in the first. Snap, play action, rolling right side, rolling, throwing on the run, got a man caught. Nice little screen pass that time. Big hit, and tumbling forward was number 9, Will Behrens. And Behrens took a huge hit, did a flip, and now an official's timeout. I think they're going to check and see if that's enough for a first down. And they will say, nope, no measurement necessary. It'll be a first down and 10 for the Brownsburg Bulldogs. First down and 10, Brownsburg. Clock moving now at 3:15. Snap, and there's the give. Tried a little end around that time, and that was number 20, Donovan Marcus. And Marcus didn't get much. In fact, probably lost a yard, maybe a half yard that time. Two receivers wide to the left, 2 to the right, 1 man in the backfield. Working out of the shotgun. Snap, quick drop, throws, and that ball was batted down at the line of scrimmage. And I think that was number 27 for your Royals who got in there, Jack Boyd, on the block. And it'll bring up now a third down and long, 3rd and 12, with 2:26 left to go in the first. Out of the shotgun, 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right.
One of their best players has been injured for part of the season. He's in now. Madison Norris, a verbal commitment to IU.
Snap, back to pass, steps up, and now Strakus was going to run with it, rolling left side, rolling. He's going to throw it up, and it is caught at the 40, and it's Kurtz. Nice job by Strakus to buy time, threw it into coverage again, but it paid off. Last time it was intercepted, this time it paid off, and that'll bring up a first down and 10 for the Brownsburg Bulldogs in HSE territory, down to the 33, 2:14 left to go in the first. Out of the shotgun, Strakus back to the line of scrimmage, clock stopped. Kurtz goes in motion from left to right. Snap, little screen pass to Kurtz, and he dropped the football. He was going to try to catch it on the run and go with it. Incomplete pass, 2:10 left to go. You know, it's so fascinating how much the Bulldogs' offense has changed under John Hart. Under Brett Comer, they were a run-first team. They ran that double wing formation. Very much a throwback to Brownsburg days of old, where Brownsburg was a power I team and I formation, power running, power football. And now under John Hart, and of course last year with Hunter Johnson, a no-brainer. Of course, the Bulldogs for several years had great running backs in Toksoak and Rabati. And now a little end around, cutting it back. Flag flies on the far side of the field. Still driving was number 20 for the Bulldogs, Marcus. Flag came in on the far side of the field. So, and they're going to call a sideline warning on, I guess that's on the Royals. Yeah, sideline warning on the Royals. So somebody was on the field or somewhere they shouldn't have been. And now with 1:43 to go, the clock has stopped. .143 left to go. Clock winding now. Snap. Kurtz faked the option, runs ahead. He leans forward. He's going to be very close to a first down, and it'll be about 2 yards short. So it'll bring up a big fourth down opportunity here. He got about 4 yards that time. Fourth down coming up for the Brownsburg Bulldogs. They're going to say 3 on the board, so we'll go with that. Need to get down to about the 28-yard line. And another false start. And once again, it was on Reese Thomas. That is the second time tonight Thomas has false start. And we'll see what they do here. The ball's at the 31, so that would be a 48-yard field goal if they were to attempt it. Probably not in the range. And so it'll bring up a 4th and 8, and it's too far down to punt the football. So Brownsburg is going to go for it here on 4th and 8 from the 31. And why not? Just had a 4th and 8 from the 31. Just had a 3rd and long. 3 receivers to the left, 1 man to the right. Snap. Back to pass. He's going to be hit, and he's going to get rid of it. Nobody anywhere near him, and there's the flag. Yeah, that's going to be intentional grounding. Boy, Strakus was left for dead, and about 4 or 5 Royals drove him to the ground. He threw the football, but there was nobody anywhere near it. That's going to be an intentional grounding. So it's going to be Royals' ball. The down will stand, and this is going to be a huge penalty on Brownsburg, because not only will it be the down will stand, but it's going to be 5 yards on top of that if indeed intentional grounding is the call. So that's going to put the Royals all the way up near midfield.
Were it not for the grounding call, HSC would have gotten the football back at their own 31.
So if that pass had been incomplete, HSC would have had 1st and 10 from the 31. Because of the intentional grounding call, and now we're waiting here. If it's intentional grounding, it's a spot of the foul. The officials, some conversation here. If the call was intentional grounding, it's a spot of the foul. And 5 yards on top of that. Yeah, so now they're going to walk it off. Okay. So, yeah, now they're walking it all the way up near midfield. So it goes from the 31 to the 48, so that's about a 17-yard difference on that play by the Bulldogs. Now suddenly the punt or the missed field goal doesn't seem so bad. 50.3 seconds left to play here in the first quarter. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Rob Kendall, Friday Night Lights here on 98.9 FM WYRZ. And pitch to Sweeney, and boy, he ran into a host of Bulldogs that time, and he went backwards quick back at the 45. And that was the play that went the distance, so not a bad try there by the Royals to try to get things moving there. However, it did not go very far.
Sweeney in the middle, nowhere to go. In fact, he will lose a yard on what will be the final play of the opening quarter. So 4th down for HSC to start quarter number 2. Our score, Brownsburg 7 and Southeastern 7. It's the Shelbourne Knee Center presentation of high school football on 107.5 FM at 10 seconds.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Brownsburg Bulldogs are now support the American Cancer Society through the NFL's A Crucial Catch Intercept Cancer campaign. You can join the BHS Athletic Ambassadors to shout out up and down green aisles, empty your pockets, grab some change, or take the time to donate as well. Bucks on the buckets are all going to the American Cancer.
So we have 1 quarter of football in the books. And it's 7-7 our score. As the Brownsburg Bulldogs and the Hamilton Southeastern Royals are knotted at 7. after one quarter of action. Again, I'm Rob Kendall. Thanks for joining us tonight here on AudioSportsOnline.com. Certainly appreciate you being with us wherever you are tuned in from, whether you're listening to us on WYRZ 98.9 or listening to us, or watching us rather, on Audio Sports Online. Now the Royals are going to punt on fourth down. Gets it away quick. It's a quick kick, and it'll hit, and it'll take a Royals bounce inside the 10. Now it'll bounce backwards just outside the 10. So that's where they'll put it down at the 11. First down and 10 for the Bulldogs when action returns.
Turnover in the opening quarter for Brownsburg. Their lone touchdown coming on special teams.
All right, here come the Bulldogs back onto the field. Snap, back to pass. Steps up. He's going to, oh boy, tripped up. Thought he was going to avoid the sack that time, but a sack. And let's see who it was. Almost like tripped him up that time. Coming on a blitz. It was number 27, Jack Boyd, I think. Yeah, it was Boyd. So Boyd's playing a great game defensively so far, and that sack will put him all the way back at about the 3-yard line. And again, we do apologize for part of your view being blocked. The way these windows are set up here at Brownsburg, it's a little hard to get the whole field in the shot when we're down near the end zone. So we do apologize about that. And now there's the give and whistle quickly. Flag flies. That's in the area of a false start. Usually when they and it will be a false start, so that'll move them back a yard. So now 11:02 left to go in the first half. Bulldogs will break the huddle, come to the line of scrimmage. Second down, they need to get to the 21. The ball's at the 2. So that'll be 19 if you're doing math at home. There's a handoff and a run up the middle up to about the 4-yard line. So third and long coming up for the Bulldogs from deep in their own territory. Clock continues to wind. 10:45 left to play in the first half. Bulldogs with the ball. They've really struggled offensively. Their touchdown coming on a punt return for a touchdown. And now a whistle. Flag flies again. And they were going to pass at that time. And once again, it's a false start on the Bulldogs. So that'll move them half the distance to the goal, back to the 2. And let's see what's in store for the Bulldogs. 3rd and 19 coming up. Back to pass. They are going to throw it again. He's going deep right down the sideline. Picked off. It's picked off on the near side of the field. Second interception of the ball game. This time it was Leth Sundling again. 2 for 2 for Sundling. And it'll be 1st and 10 from about the 33-yard line for the Royals. Tried to get Kurtz on the far side of the field, and unfortunately for him, it was underthrown. And now, a live ball. No, they're going to say he was down by contact. So the Huppenthal took the snap, tripped over a lineman, pitched it back to Sweeney. Sweeney, the ball hit him in the face mask, and it dropped to the ground. It was a live ball, but the officials said that quarterback was down by contact. Second down coming up for the Royals. Second down and 13 from the 36. Snap. Into round to Sweeney. And boy, he is hit and he is dropped. And the Bulldogs defense tonight, just like the Royals, has been on point. Sumter Bay with the tackle that time. And it'll bring up a third down for the Brownsburg Bulldogs. Or for the Royals, I'm sorry, against the Brownsburg Bulldogs. Ball now all the way back at about the 38-yard line. HSE letting the clock wind down. No action yet from the Royals. And now HSE is going to spend a timeout. Hey, I want to mention our underwriters for tonight's game. Of course, the Kevin Kersey Agency, our title underwriter all year long. We also want to mention the Panuni's Pizza and Wings, Westside Plumbing, UPS, Crane Credit Union. Those folks have been our underwriters of Hendricks County High School football all year long. They are the folks that made it possible for us to come out and do the games. So just remember, Crane Credit Union, Panuni's Pizza and Wings, UPS, Westside Plumbing, and the Kevin Kersey Agency.
Third and long coming up here for Hamlin Southeastern. Potential four-down territory if you can get some positive yardage on this play. First two drives of the series for the Royals have gone backwards.
Third down coming up for the Royals. 8:59 left to play in the first half. Third and 15 for Hamilton Southeastern. Snap, back to pass. Huppenthal throwing it down the sideline, incomplete. And the Bulldogs were bringing everybody that time. Incomplete, and it likely means the Royals are going to punt it away again. Both of these teams are lucky to have scored. The Royals had that first play, the very first play from scrimmage. Jackson Sweeney took it 75 yards for the score, and the Bulldogs returned a punt for a touchdown on a missed tackle.
Zuber moving on to kick this ball away. It's yet another 3 and out for Hamilton Southeastern.
Fake punt. He's got a man wide open. It's caught, and it's a first down. What a play. That was Jack. Was that Jack Boyd? No, check that. Yeah, it was. It was Jack Boyd on the pass, and a man filtered out wide open. Great catch that time. And I think that was that Tony Myers on the reception maybe? Number 9, Johnny. It was number 9, Johnny May. So first time we've seen that this year from the Royals, and it is a big success as May catches the ball from Boyd, and Boyd has got to be, even though Sweeney's got the big run for the touchdown, Boyd has got to be your MVP so far. Phenomenal game on defense, and nice pitch and catch there that time. First down and 10. Pass comes to Boyd, cuts it, runs off one tackle, and a host of Bulldogs push him back, maybe a yard. 8 minutes and 5 seconds left to play in the first half. Bulldogs and Royals doing battle from Brownsburg High School. I'm Rob Kendall. Thanks for joining us tonight on Audio Sports Online and 98.9 FM WYRZ. Again, working out of the shotgun. Snap, back to pass. Looking, throwing. He's going to the end zone. Overshot the man. It was May. May was open, but throw a little bit inaccurate. And so Huppenthal, with 7:40 left to go in the first half. Snap, 3rd down and 10. Quarterback keeper bounces off one tackle, and then a host of Bulldogs wrap him up and drop him down. So with 7:30 to go in the first half, the Bulldogs force another kick here, and I think it's going to be a field goal. Yes, it will be. The Royals are going to spin the field goal team on, and it'll be number 94, Tyler Melser, to attempt the kick. So let's see what Melser can do. Snap, spot. Kick is down, and it is right down the middle. No! Boy, that looked good from here. I'll tell you what. That looked right down the middle from where I was standing. And the broadcast crew next to me thought the same thing. That looked right down the middle. I don't know what game they're watching, but not much. They're closer than we were, but I feel good. I feel good because the broadcast crew next to me thought the same thing. Otherwise, I'd feel like an idiot. But we both thought it was down the middle and good. But we don't matter. So it'll be 1st and 10, a missed opportunity for the Royals that time. And there's a handoff and a little bit of a gain up near the 25-yard line. Boy, that's a huge missed opportunity for the Royals that time. Not only did they get an interception, but they got a fake punt converted. And 6:37 and counting left to go in the first half. Second and 5, snap. There's the give. And nice running that time by number 20 for the Bulldogs, Donovan Marcus. He's got a first down up near the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. 6:20 and counting. Here comes Brownsburg. 2 receivers to the left. 1 man in the backfield. Snap. Give again. It's Smart again. He's got room to run. Takes a couple tacklers with him up near midfield. And it'll bring up a 1st down and 10 for the Hamilton Southeastern Royals. So timeout on the field, 5:57 left to go in the first half. Bulldogs with the ball, tie game at 7. The Kevin Kersey Agency presents presents Friday Night Football. Don't forget, you can also watch tonight's broadcast on audiosportsonline.com. Hello to my dad who's watching at home, and he was kind enough to let me know, as I've let you know on this broadcast throughout the night, you can't see the end zone. Thank you. Yes, that's because of where we're at. The window is in our way. You know, we're not CBS over here. We do the best we can. But we welcome our Royals fans watching tonight on Audio Sports Online and our Bulldog fans and Hendricks County High School football fans listening on 98.9 FM WYRZ. There's the give. Marcus, he's got big room to run, and another big play. They are just giving it to Marcus right now and letting him take off with it. So 1st down and 10 now for the Bulldogs. Two receivers to the left, 1 man to the right. Snap, back to pass, going down the middle of the field. It's up, it's caught, it's Kurtz, and he is in for the score. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Right down the middle, and Kurtz with the catch. Good coverage on the play, but a great pitch and catch from Strakus to Kurtz, and with 5:24 left to play in the first half, it's 13-7 in favor of the Brownsburg Bulldogs. And now we've got an injured Bulldog. It is Kurtz down on the far side of the field, right near the end zone where he was tackled. And fortunately for him, I should say, he's going to walk off under his own power. Of course, Brownsburg doesn't want to lose him. So a nice ovation from the fans. And the Bulldogs regain the lead. 5:24 left to play in the first half. Chase on to attempt the extra point. Snap, spot. Kick is up. It's down the middle. It is good. And the Royals now find themselves down 14-7 against Brownsburg with 5:24 left to go in the second quarter of action. Thank you to our friends down at 1070 The Fan. The interceptions, Isaiah Phillips. I was going to say, we had not called Leth Sunderling's name all year long for the Royals games, and so we didn't want to take away from him, but I thought, man, he's playing the game of his life. It is normally number 5, Isaiah Phillips, so thanks to our friends at 1070 The Fan for getting that information for us, Greg Rakestraw, Joe Stasiak, and company. So Isaiah Phillips, he forgot his jersey. He's wearing number 16. And it's normally number 5, Isaiah Phillips. So there you go. We want to make sure you get his name right. I'm sure he instantly regrets forgetting his jersey. Now, my question is, how do you forget your jersey when you go to a football game? There's the kick. It'll be taken down at the 5 by Boyd. Across the 10 to the 15. Got a seam. He's off to the races. Still on his feet. And he's up to the 35. Lunges ahead to the 40. And Boyd, another great return. Boy, we've seen him do that several times this year. First down and 10 for the Royals from the 40-yard line. So now it'll bring up a first down and 10 for the Royals. It's Sparks back in the ballgame now for your Royals. Snap. Quick drop. Fires ball. Tipped up. Nearly intercepted. Falls incomplete. Good coverage by the Bulldogs that time. It'll bring up second down and 10. Sparks fired a bullet. Little slant route there. And the Bulldogs were all over it. Second down coming up for Hamilton Southeastern. Out of the shotgun, 3 receivers in tight right, 1 man wide right, snap pitch. Comes to Sweeney, far side of the field. Cuts it back, gets the initial line of scrimmage, maybe another yard. And the Bulldogs are just stacking it up heavy because they don't respect Southeastern's ability to throw the football down the field. And as we've seen here tonight, just making it really hard to run the football for Hamilton Southeastern. Third down and 9, 4:34 and counting left to go in the first half of action. Snap, back to pass. Steps up, has time, fires, short route caught. Crossing route up near the 45. That was number 18 that time. Zach Boyle with the reception. And now it'll bring up a fourth down and long. About 7 yards to go. They're going to spot him down at the 44. So 4th and 6, 4 minutes to go in the first half. And the Bulldogs will once again receive the punt. Snap, kick. It's a high kick, end over end kick. It's going to be fair catch signaled made at the 23-yard line. 33-yard kick for the Bulldogs, or for the Royals that time. No return on the play. 3:48 left to go in the first half. I'm Rob Kendall. Thanks for joining us tonight. Reminder that you are listening to 98.9 FM WYRZ LP, Brownsburg, Indiana. And you're also watching us on Audio Sports Online. Snap. Run. Marcus has got it to the far side of the field and taken down. That was number 5 that time. Let me check that. Sumter Bay. And Sumter Bay does pick up enough for the first down on the near side of the field. Out of the shotgun. Snap, back to pass, steps up, fires, man wide open, and it's Thomas finally redeeming himself. He's had those 2 false starts, and he's very happy to get that reception, I'm sure. Number 16, Thomas, gets the ball up to the 42-yard line. 14-7 our score, 3 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in the first half. Bulldogs moving from left to right on your radio dial or computer screen, wherever you're listening or watching from. Snap is high, little in no quarterback keeper now. And Strakus goes nowhere, actually lost a couple yards that time. HSE did a nice job that time of blowing up the line of scrimmage, moving that ball backwards. Third down now coming up for the Royals, or for the Bulldogs, rather, against the Royals. Snap back to pass, steps up, fires, near side of the field, caught. It's a reception, and he will run after the play, piled back at midfield, but a first down for the Bulldogs. That time it was number 26, Carter, with the reception, Armonte Carter. So ball into Royal territory. Nice job by the Bulldogs that time to move the chains. 2:15 and counting. Snap. Give ahead. Well, big room to run. And another, well, he's very close to a first down. Looks like it's going to depend on the spot. That was number 20, Donovan Marcus, with the run. Marcus is just a sophomore. 2 minutes and counting. It was enough for a first down. It did move the chains. Snap. Give is to Marcus. Hit, and he is taking people with him. Another first down, or it should be enough for a first down. And now a flag flies in late. And let's see what this is. It's going to be a personal foul on somebody because of where the flags came in from and when they came in from. And one coach is going to be really upset, and one coach is going to be really happy. Personal foul on the Bulldogs, personal foul on the Royals. So they're going to be off. Wait a second. They offset. That official kind of screwed up the call that time. It looked like it was personal foul on both sides. The play will stand, and it'll bring up a first down and 10. Snap, play action, rolling, throwing, got a man wide open, caught. He's inside the 20, tripped out, pushed out at the 10, and he'll stumble forward to the 5. And it'll bring up that was number 9 that time on the reception, Will Behrens, with 1:25 left to go. And now the Bulldogs quickly back to the line of scrimmage. One man in the backfield. Man goes in motion. Snap, give ahead. It's Behrens barreling forward, and he is down at the 1. Boy, he was so close that time. And it'll bring up a second down and 1. 1 minute to go. Bulldogs content to run some clock now. Here come the Bulldogs now. 47 seconds and counting. Down under center, Strakus, snap. There's the give to Behrens. He lowers the shoulder, and he is in for the score. Touchdown. And a touchdown for the Bulldogs. They now lead it by 2 scores, 20-7, 36.5 seconds left to go in the first half. And Brownsburg starting to pull away from this one a little bit as we wind down our first half of action. Snap is low, spot is down, the kick is up, it's down the middle. It is good. And so, with 36.5 seconds left to go in the first half, it's now a 21-7 affair. The Bulldogs of Brownsburg leading the Hamilton Southeastern Royals here on 98.9 FM WYRZ and AudioSportsOnline.com. Thanks for sticking with us tonight. Again, big importance in this ball game. If the Bulldogs hang on and the Orioles out in Avon lose, the Bulldogs are HCC champions. If the Bulldogs win and the Orioles win by tiebreaker because the Orioles did beat the Bulldogs back in Week 4. There's the kick. It's a high kick, short kick. It'll be fielded on the run at the 30, and that's Muchner, who got the ball up to about the 35. So we will see if the Royals elect to just take a knee or if they actually try to move the football here. Bulldogs will get the ball to begin the second half. And they will go down under center at Sparks. He'll take the knee, and that is your first half of football. So one half in the books, and the Brownsburg Bulldogs lead the Hamilton Southeastern Royals 21-7. 21 unanswered points for the Bulldogs to close out the first half. Hey, since 1968, the Kersey family has been helping customers with insurance needs. They have insurance coverage for homes, autos, and recreational vehicles. They're located at 480 East Northfield Drive, Suite 300 in Brownsburg, next to Bill Estes Ford. Phone number is 317-286-3481. They're also found on Facebook at the Kevin Kersey Agency or their website, farmersagent.com/K Kersey. Kevin Kersey Agency is a member of the Farmers Insurance Group. And Panuni's Pizza and Wings in Brownsburg delivers to Pittsboro, Claremont, North Avon, and all of Brownsburg. Pizza calzones and breadsticks and wings are always available. More information can be found on their Facebook page as well as their website, panuni.com. They're located at 1447 East Main in Brownsburg. Phone number is 317-286-3500. They're open Sunday through Thursday, 11 to 9, Friday and Saturday till 11. And Westside Plumbing, Heating, and Air is looking for employees with at least 2 years of experience as a journeyman plumber. More information can be found by calling 317-445-8399. Westside Plumbing, Heating, and Air is a supporter of community radio. And the new UPS store in Plainfield is now hiring package handlers and part-time supervisors for 3 different shifts. Morning, evening, and late night, a weekly retention bonus, pension benefits, and college tuition reimbursements are available for part-time UPS employees. More information on available positions, online applications, and scheduling an interview can be found at upsjobs.com. And Crane Credit Union in Plainfield offers loans, savings accounts, as well as online bill pay and banking. They're located at 905 Southfield Drive in Plainfield, and their office hours are Monday through Thursday 9 to 4, Fridays 9 to 6, and Saturdays 9 to noon. More information can be found at cranecu.org, and their phone number is 317-838-8300. Crane Credit Union is a nonprofit bank. All right, we're going to take a little break here. We're going to let you enjoy the Brownsburg band. They're honoring their seniors here. And then we're going to have the band performance coming up at the half. And I assume for Shane, I will look for some direction from Shane here, but I assume as in the past, we've tried to showcase a little bit of what these marching bands have to offer. As the reminder coming up immediately following our game here tonight, we're going to have the Kurt David taking you back. Or I'm not sorry, not immediately following. 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock tonight. Kurt David's taking you back. And normally it's taking you back to the 80s at 8. But now it's the 80s at 10 during football season. It's always cool to come back here to Brownsburg High School. As a 2002 graduate of Brownsburg, always neat to come back to your alma mater. And, boy, this field has changed a lot since I was a student here. And field was grass when I went here. Press box was a lot smaller. The stands were a lot smaller. But it's always cool to come back to your alma mater of Brownsburg High School. By the way, Kurt David's theme tonight is 80s duets. 80s duets, that's your theme tonight. And now we are awaiting the marching band to come on to the field and the color guard. If you're just tuning in tonight, 21-7, the Bulldogs of Brownsburg lead the Hamilton Southeastern Royals here on 98.9 FM WYRZ, as well as AudioSportsOnline.com. Don't miss the flashback party with Bob Jenkins on Sunday at 4 p.m. Tribute to the late Ricky Nelson. Shane gets mad when I make Ricky Nelson jokes, so I'm not allowed to do that. So just tune in for the Bob's tribute to the late, great Ricky Nelson, and I'll leave it at that. Hey, tomorrow, 8:30 a.m., join yours truly, Rob Kendall, along with Indiana State Senator Jim Merritt for Capitol Happenings. It's a weekly look inside Indiana government. Our guest this week, this is going to be a great guest. It's Indiana State Police Superintendent Doug Carter. And we're going to talk about the opioid crisis. We're going to talk about how you staff a statewide police department. We're going to talk about the manpower it takes to do that. We're going to talk about what the state police do. So should be a very exciting 8:30 a.m. tomorrow, Capitol Happenings with Indiana State Senator Jim Merritt and yours truly, Rob Kendall, on 98.9 FM WYRZ. Our guest, Indiana State Police Superintendent Doug Carter. And now you hear the band beginning to play a little bit, warming up. And we're going to let you enjoy some of this music that you're going to hear here. That's something we tried to do all year long, is we have tried to showcase the bands for these various schools we go at, whether it is Plainfield or Avon, and now to be out here at Brownsburg tonight. We like to certainly give these kids the credit they deserve, because they are well, that's what we do. We're a nonprofit radio station. We serve the community. It means we do things a little different than maybe a terrestrial radio station. And one of the things we really like to do is we really, really like to show off all sorts of successes in our community, even athletics, even non-athletics at the athletic events. Don't miss the Beatles show at noon with Casey Petrowski. The subject this week is how much of the actual music of the Beatles do the Beatles own? That's a good topic for discussion. Shane also doesn't let me make John Lennon jokes either, so I'm not allowed to do that. So I'll just leave it at that. All right, so we're going to take a little bit of a pause here and allow you to enjoy the Brownsburg Band here at the half, and we'll be back with our second half here on 98.9 FM WYRZ and AudioSportsOnline.com.
Jessica Morris and Zach Shellmore.
you've been enjoying the Brownsburg High School marching band here tonight on 98.9 FM WYRZ, as well as AudioSportsOnline.com. I'm Rob Kendall. Thanks for joining us. Friday Night Lights, final game of 2017, as the Brownsburg Bulldogs, with a record of 6-2, lead your Hamilton Southeastern Royals with a record of 3-5. Jackson Sweeney took the opening toss of the ball game for the Royals, 75 yards for the score, and then it's been all Bulldogs since then, including a punt return. The Royals have had 2 interceptions, but have been unable to capitalize, and it is really shown on the scoreboard as it's a 2-score lead for the Brownsburg Bulldogs. Again, our underwriters for tonight's game include the Kevin Kersey Agency, Crane Credit Union, Panuni's Pizza and Wings, UPS, as the marching band getting a nice round of applause here for their performance. So elaborate. And as somebody who grew up on Grant Street right behind Brownsburg High School, my dad still lives there, still get to hear these guys all summer long. And it's nice to be able to see them in action. This is our only broadcast from Brownsburg this year here on 98.9 WYRZ. Of course, if you're a Royals fan watching us tonight on Audio Sports Online, we only get out here every 2 years. And it's so interesting as you look at the field, how much of a transformation Roark Stadium has made over the years. It's for years and years and years was a grass field, barbed wire fence. I certainly remember that, the barbed wire fence that surrounded the the community there, or the football field, and old sign, the promotional sign with the with the team schedule that used to face out there on Odell. All that stuff was torn up and went away. And I believe it was 2013. I think it was 2013 that they put the field turf down and built this state-of-the-art press box. Of course, they had the old press box broadcast mini game out here. You often weren't sure whether you were going to make it out alive, and we laugh about it. It was fun to be up in. It was very old, historic. I've been there since they put the field up. But really was not safe in cases of inclement weather and things of that nature. Very small, very compact. And it was very hot. Very, very hot, too. But it's certainly a lot of memories out here at Roark Stadium. And anybody who grew up in the town of Brownsburg, I'm 33, and so anybody that's my age or older remembers the old Roark Stadium. Two minutes up on the clock. Royals back out on the field. I assume they'll put the 3 minutes up once the 2 minutes expire. And again, we want to thank all the broadcasters this year that have helped out making WYRZ broadcast possible. We've had a fine group of folks that have done that this year. A little bit different than in the past. Most of the time, it's been yours truly, Rob Kendall and Brian Scott, that have done the duties. This year, yours truly, Rob Kendall. We had Leck Zorn do a game, thanks to Leck, out there at Plainfield. Had Rhett Cochran do a game, Plainfield game at Decatur Central. And Marcus Fredwell helping out on that season opener of Avon against Plainfield. So thanks to all those guys who have helped out this year. Also want to thank Shane Ray back in the Hendricks Power Cooperative Studios, doing a great job all year long, keeping an eye on us. And just a reminder, we don't know if this is going to be our final broadcast of the year or not. We are still considering whether we're going to be carrying the postseason, Avon or Brownsburg. In order to do so, we're going to need some underwriters. And if that's something you're interested in, if you like hearing these games, if you like being a part of them, you can contribute, you can help out. We need your help, even if it's $5. We can certainly use it. One of two ways. You can say, hey, I want to have these postseason games out there. You can do it one of two ways. Either one, send an email to Rob, R-O-B, at WYRZ.org, R-O-B at WYRZ.org, or you can call the radio station, 317-852-1610, 317-852-1610. And sectionals for Avon and Brownsburg start on the 27th. We're open to doing them, but, of course, we do need our underwriters, as we've been reading their names throughout the game here today, that make it possible for us to be out there. And, of course, our title underwriter all year long has been Kevin Kersey of the Kevin Kersey Insurance Agency. And Kevin does so much with WYRZ 98.9. And he really loves community radio. He loves this town of Brownsburg. Kevin Kersey, he is pretty much everywhere in the Brownsburg and Hendricks County area. And he was our title sponsor this year for Friday Night Lights. Second year in a row, I think he's actually done that. Well, if you're listening to us and not watching us on Audio Sports Online, the Royals are the visitors on the scoreboard tonight. They're wearing the road white uniforms, blue letters and numbers, gray helmets. And the Bulldogs in the black uniforms, purple letters and numbers, purple helmets. That's so weird. Growing up in Brownsburg and coming to these games as a kid and going to Brownsburg High School and broadcasting here all these years to not see Brownsburg home games where the Bulldogs are wearing purple and white. It's just I don't know, just very different, very different. I want to thank Kelly Wagner, the athletic director out here at Brownsburg High School. I want to thank Jim Snap as well, the superintendent. And we want to thank all of our athletic directors that have helped us out this year. Mr. Rodkey out at Plainfield, and of course Brad Holsinger out there at Avon. A fabulous job taking care of us this year. And look forward to it. I think we're going to be doing some basketball as well. Shane gave me the go-ahead here earlier, said put together a basketball schedule. So I said, okay, we'll be doing that, and I'm sure we'll unveil that very soon. Hey, don't forget, if you're listening to us tonight and you're saying, man, I've got a loved one from outside the listening area, I wish they could be hearing or watching this game. They can. Yes, they can. You can watch a simulcast of tonight's broadcast on audiosportsonline.com, audiosportsonline.com, or you can listen anywhere in the world via wyrz.org, wyrz.org. Live streaming of the station 24/7, and, of course, WYRZ, also available on the TuneIn Radio app. I want to say thanks to our friends at 1070 The Fan as well. They're sitting next to us tonight. Greg Rakestraw, Big Joe Stasiak. Say that again. Well, there you go. How about that? If you're a WTHR fan and you've got Dish, hey, you're going to get the deal has been reached. You're going to be able to get your WTHR again. Notre Dame football, baby. Just in time. You might have missed the President's Cup. You might have missed the first half of college football. You might have missed Sunday Night Football, but that's all about to get better for you, apparently. So how about that? Back here at Brownsburg, the Royals are going to kick it off to the Bulldogs. There's a short kick. It'll be taken at the 15 to the 20, 25 up to the 27, and it'll be first down and 10 for the Bulldogs of Brownsburg. They're in control, as I'm sure they'll look to run some clock, run the ball, keep everything in front of them, and try to take home a victory here tonight. But plenty of time for the Royals to get back into this one. 11:52 as we start the second half. Of course, the Bulldogs were back-to-back state champions in 1984 and 85. You still see it up there on the scoreboard. The Bulldogs, when we moved here in 1986, it was football fever in Brownsburg when we moved here because they just won those two state championships. There's the give, and breaking it, a couple tackles that time. Sumter Bay on the run that time. Royals kind of thought they had him dropped maybe in the backfield that time. Ball up to the 38-yard line. 37-yard line, I'm sorry. Snap, back to pass, steps up, ball tipped up in the air. It's a live ball, but it'll fall harmlessly incomplete. And that was Boyd getting a hand on it. Boy, Jack Boyd, as he's done all year, just a phenomenal player. And he's just done a great job. Third down coming up. They say 2 on the board. They need to get up to the 39. Sumter Bay at tailback. 2 receivers wide to the left. Snap. Oh, it's a bad snap. It's a live ball. Strake is going to fall on it all the way back at the 20-yard line. So a errant snap that time. I don't know if Strakas wasn't looking for the ball or what happened. But a mistake there, and that'll give the Royals the football back. 11:20 left to play in the third quarter. Clock winding now as the Bulldogs send on the punt team. And I'll tell you what, boy, just other than that one big play for Hamilton Southeastern, that offense just really struggled there in the first half. So let's see if they can right the ship here in the second. Snap is high, pulls it down, kick is away. It's a short kick. It'll bounce, it'll hit, and it'll be picked up at the 40 and not going anywhere that time was number 36 for HSE, Anthony Eggers. And taken down there, the Royals offense will come onto the field and they'll have the ball from their own 40. So the Royals come onto the field, and now a whistle and a flag. And I think that's going to be on the Bulldogs. Wow, so free 5 yards for the Royals that time. They'll certainly take it. And they'll have a 1st and 5 coming up. And now there's the give, and that doesn't go anywhere that time as it was a quarterback keeper by Huppenthal. Second and 6 coming up. Huppenthal rolls right side, rolling, throwing, hit as he throws, and that was a pass that may have got to the line of scrimmage, not much more. A huge hit that time. Huppenthal goes down. He's up. It looks like he's okay. That'll bring up 3rd down and 6 for the Royals against the Bulldogs. I mean, Hamilton Southeastern just can't move the football tonight against Brownsburg. They had a huge gain on the first play of the game, and since then it has just been really tough for HSE. Snap, back to pass, Huppenthal throwing, got a man caught, and there you go, 1st down across midfield, as that was number 18 Boyle with the reception. Flag flies in late. Let's see what that one is. Play was over. Flag came in right where the play ended. It usually is something on the defense, but I don't know for sure. Well, let's hold off here. Officials talking it over here. Personal foul, face mask on the Bulldogs. So that'll move the 15 yards forward for Hamilton Southeastern. So the gift there from Brownsburg. 2 penalties for 20 yards on this drive already for the Bulldogs. Huppenthal with 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Here we go. Snap. End around to Sweeney. He'll stretch it to the far side of the field, cuts it back. He's got some room and picks up about 5 yards that time, maybe 6. And a nice job that time running by Sweeney. Second down coming up for the Royals. Snap, quarterback keeper, Huppenthal going to the boy. He got killed. Wow. He got tackled by about 6 Bulldogs in the backfield. That's a huge loss on the play. And it'll move them all the way back to about the 29-yard line. And it'll bring up 3rd down and 8 now for the Hamilton Southeastern Royals. 3 receivers wide to the left, 1 man to the right. 5 down linemen for the Royals. Snap is low. Huppenthal has time. Throw into the far side of the field. It's tipped up, and it is incomplete. And he was trying to... I didn't see who the intended receiver was there on the far side of the field. Now they're going to try a field goal here. This is going to end up being about a 46-yard field goal for Melser from the right hash. Boy, that's asking a lot. No, wind is not a factor tonight. Snap, spot, kick is up, and it is going to be short. Yeah, it's short and to the right. So 2 missed field goals tonight for Melser. That one might have also been partially deflected. And so the Royals once again get down into Bulldog territory and can't get points on the board. So Hamilton Southeastern has moved the football tonight against Brownsburg, but they have just really struggled to put points on the board. And they've had 2 field goal opportunities now, and you think about it, if both of those field goal opportunities go down, it's a 1-score game. But, fortunately for the Bulldogs, those field goals, the conversions have not panned out. And now it'll be 1st down and 10 from the 20 on that missed field goal for the Royals. And, that might have been part of Scott May's thinking, is that if I miss this field goal, the ball goes to the 20. I can't punt it inside any closer, really. So, if I don't think I can pick up the 8 yards necessary, let's just go ahead and kick it. Snap directly to Kurtz on the Wildcat. He'll string it to the near side of the field, cuts it back, and he'll pick up about 5, maybe 6 yards that time on the play. Strakus down out of the shotgun now. 2 receivers to the left, 1 man to the right. Snap, back to pass, steps up. Now he's going to be flushed out. He's got room to run. Big hole, up to the 30. Strakus to the 34, and he's out of bounds. 7:55 and counting left to go in the 3rd quarter. Bulldogs moving the ball efficiently here. Out of the shotgun, snap. And Hunter Bay this time, host of Royals push him back. No gain on the play that time. Bulldogs come back to the line of scrimmage. 7:30 left to go in the ball game's 3rd quarter. Brownsburg with a 2nd down and 10 coming up. Out of the shotgun, back to pass, steps up, throws, and it's caught back at the initial line of scrimmage there. It was Kurtz with the diving reception, but he was on the ground when he caught it, so the ball is dead right there. Snap, back to pass, 3rd down, off to the races. It's Strakus running right side. He's going to tuck it. He's going for the 1st down. He got it. And a flag flies in late. That's going to be a late hit out of bounds. Great effort that time by Strakis. And it'll be first down plus. That was not what the Royals wanted that time. That was a great effort by Strakis to pick up the first down, and then that late hit's just going to tack on 15 more. So that'll move the ball into Royal territory. And as much as HSE's offense has struggled here tonight, another score would make it really difficult on the Royals to get back into this one. Down out of the shotgun. Two receivers to the left, two men to the right. Snap, back to pass, steps up, and rolling, throwing at the feet of Sumter Bay. And it's an incomplete pass on first down. Second down coming up now, 6:27 left to play in the ballgame's third quarter. I'm Rob Kendall. Thanks for joining us tonight. Friday Night Lights on 98.9 FM WYRZ. The Kevin Kersey Agency presents, and it's the Brownsburg Bulldogs leading the Royals of Hamilton Southeastern by a score of 21-7. Two receivers to the left. One man in the backfield. Out of the shotgun, snap. There's the give. Sumter Bay leans ahead, and he's down to about the 35. So it'll bring up a third down and about 7. Yeah, 3rd and 7. That's what they'll call it. From the 35-yard line. Bulldogs moving from left to right and trying to get another score here. That really might put this thing away again, as much as HSE's offense has struggled here tonight. So again, if you're looking ahead, the Bulldogs, now 3rd down and 8, we'll call this play, and then we'll get back to it. Going down the sidelines, and it is caught by Kurtz, pushed out of bounds at about the 10-yard line. And again, we apologize. We're not able to get the corners of the end zone for you due to the way these windows are set up here at Brownsburg. So if you're watching us on Audio Sports Online, we apologize about that. And a big play that time, as the Royals are having some trouble covering Kurtz. They're going to put it at the 9-yard line, so first down and goal for Brownsburg. And now a whistle, and we've got a timeout called by the Bulldogs with 5:38 left to play in the third quarter. So timeout over on the field. Royals back on, as are the Bulldogs. Win tonight would make the Bulldogs 7-2, and it's depending on what's going on out there at Avon tonight. If the Bulldogs win and the Orioles win, Orioles take the conference because they've got the tiebreaker. If the Bulldogs win and the Orioles lose, it's Brownsburg's. Snap, cuts it back. And keep in mind, the other part of this is that if Fishers were to win, the Fishers Tigers would have a lead over the Orioles. So you got that? You got all that down? Brownsburg beats Fishers, so they would have the tiebreaker over Fishers. Avon beat Brownsburg, so they would have the tiebreaker over Brownsburg. Fishers beat Avon, so they would have the tiebreaker over Avon, so it'd be a three-way tie for the conference championship. There you go. So Avon needs a Fishers loss. Brownsburg needs a Fishers win. And everybody in Brownsburg and Avon need to take care of business. Does that make sense? That make sense enough? Back to the ball game here. Third and goal from the 5. And now the Bulldogs taking their time. So a timeout called by Brownsburg now. 21-7 is our score. 4:17 left to play in the ball game's third quarter. 3rd down and 5. Bulldogs with the ball in the lead. They're easily in field goal range. And so they're going to be very careful here with what they do with the football. Now Brownsburg breaking the timeout.
The only negative on the drive is 2 timeouts used. If Brownsburg can score a touchdown, I'm sure they will need more. They would be up by 3 scores. It's 3rd and goal at the 5-yard line.
4:17 left to play in the ball game's third quarter. Bulldogs back onto the field. 2 receivers to the left, 2 men to the right. 1 man in the backfield is Sumter Bay. Snap, back to pass, steps up. Now he's going to be flushed left side. Strakus now coming back right. Rolling, throwing it up. He's got a man. It is caught for the touchdown. Caught in the left corner of the end zone. What a catch that time. And what an effort by Strakus. Man, he has just done that all game long, evading Southeastern tacklers. Great job by the Royals that time to get back there and really pressure him. But, man, Strakus has just been so elusive, and I believe that was number 26, Armonte Carter, with the reception for the Bulldogs that time. Just an unbelievable effort from Strakus. So now Chase will come on for the extra point for the Bulldogs. 28-7, or 27-7 is our score. This would make it 28-7. Snap, spot. Kick is up. Kick is down the middle. The kick is good. And the Bulldogs now lead it 28-7 with 4:11 left to play in the third quarter. Again, thanks for joining us tonight here on Audio Sports Online and 98.9 FM WYRZ. I'm Rob Kendall. Final broadcast of the regular season. Bulldogs and the Orioles doing battle here tonight. Bulldogs and the Royals doing battle here tonight. Had Avon on the brain there for a second. Bulldogs 6-2, Royals 3-5. And it's currently a 28-7 Brownsburg lead. So the Royals looking for some offense here. There's the kick. Short kick. It'll be fielded on the fly at the 25. And that taken down there near the 30. And it was Muchner up to about the 31. Here come the Royals back onto the field. They're moving from right to left. Royals in the road white jerseys, blue letters and numbers, gray helmets. Out of the shotgun, snap, and it's quarterback keeper. Huppenthal, that's a flag, and that's going to be another face mask on the Bulldogs, and that's got to be the personal foul variety that came in. That was that flag was launched out like a missile that time, in case there was any doubt. So 15 free yards for the Royals this time, and that's a really dangerous play right there. Thankfully, Huppenthal is okay. His helmet got totally twisted around. Ball will be spotted up to the 41, so a net gain of 11 on the play for HSE that time. Snap, and around to Sweeney. Sweeney's got, oh boy, nice arm tackle that time. Sweeney looked like he had some room to run there, but an arm tackle dropped him at about the 43-yard line. Coming up to the line of scrimmage now, 2 receivers to the right, 1 man to the left. 2nd and 9. Muchner goes in motion. There's the pitch. And room to run. It's Sims, and Sims has a first down across midfield. Down to the 49. And, of course, Sims, we called his name quite a bit in the early weeks of the season when Sweeney was out and recovering. And now we'll see what happens here for the Royals, who've got 2 receivers to the right, 3 to the left. Snap, quick drop. Throwing, got a man, and it is dropped, incomplete. Threw it behind the intended target. .254 left to go in the third. Royals have really struggled to move the football here tonight, especially if you take away that 75-yard opening run from Sweeney. Snap, back to pass. There's the throw. Got a man, Muchner, down to about the 42-yard line. And it'll bring up a third down, and they're going to say 4 on the board, so we'll go with that. Ball's currently at the 42. They need to get to the 38. .218 and counting. Snap, play action. Throwing it down the field. That's up, and it is flag flies late. It's a live ball. Who came down with it? So the question is going to be who caught it and what's the flag? The Royals say that they ended up with the football. No signal yet from the officials. No signal yet from the officials. And the Royals have moved forward down to the 10-yard line like they think it's on the so it is going to be pass interference on the Bulldogs, and the Royals will decline the penalty because they ended up with the football. So it'll be 1st down and 10 for the Royals against the Bulldogs. First down and goal now coming up for the Royals. Snap, there's the pitch. That's Boyd, and he will drive ahead down to about the 6-yard line. So Jack Boyd with the run that time. 1:50 to go in the ball game's third quarter. Royals down by 3 scores against the Bulldogs, 28-7. Out of the shotgun. Out of the shotgun. Snap. Back to pass. Steps up, going to the end zone. Overshot the intended receiver, incomplete. Third and goal now coming up from the 7. I'm sure the Royals are going to go for this here. And, oh, boy, nice move by Huppenthal. He's off to the races. He's to the 5, and he's in for the score. Touchdown. Huppenthal wanted to pass that ball and had to pull the ball down because the man was jumping in his face, and wisely scampered ahead and got past one tackle and took it in for the score. So with 1:07 left to play in the third quarter, it's now 28-13. And now Melser on to attempt the extra point. Snap spot, kick is up, it's down the middle, it's good. And it's now 28-14 with 1:07 left to play. And, you know, the Bulldogs have been very dominant in this game. But you think about those 2 missed field goals. If those both go down, it's only a 1-score affair. So the Royals give them credit. They're hanging around, down 2 scores with 1:07 to play in the third. All right, here come the Royals now on the kickoff. Short kick. It'll be taken on the fly at the 30, and it's fielded by the Bulldogs and up to about the 33-yard line or so. So 1:01 left to go. One receiver to the left, one man to the right. One man in tight left. Snap, there's the give to Sumter Bay. Cuts it ahead, and a nice little hold that time. It's going to result in a gain of about 5 yards. But a flag is thrown at the end of the play in the backfield, and that's usually in the area of a hold. And that it was. It is a hold. It is on the Bulldogs, and that'll move them back 10 yards. It's a bit of a break this time for the Royals. Ball at the 25. Snap. And Sumter Bay's got room to run. He's off to the races. They're not going to catch him. They finally will from behind down at the 40. And that was Boyd who made the touchdown-saving tackle. But a flag is down at the 25. And that's going to be another hold on the Bulldogs. So Sumter Bay is running well. Unfortunately for him, he's not getting any credit for it because of holding penalties. So the Bulldogs now will have a first and very long coming up here. First and 28 coming up now for the Bulldogs from the 15-yard line. Snap. and around to Sumter Bay, and host of Royals take him down at about the 20-yard line. Time now for us to pause for station identification. You're listening to 98.9 FM, WYRZ, LP, Brownsburg, Indiana. I'm Rob Kendall. Thanks for joining us. Shane Ray back in the Hendricks Power Cooperative Studios. Jason Dozier in the Audio Sports Online Studios. Thank you. They're going to let this clock run down, and they can take it to the... No, they are going to get one final playoff here. Back to pass. Strake is going to be hit, and he's going to be wrapped up and taken down. Yes. Looked for a moment like they might have not called him down. They did, and that'll bring about an end to the third quarter. So it'll be pretty much right where we started. 14-point ball game. Bulldogs are facing a 3rd and long when we come back. 12 minutes left to go in the contest as the Kevin Kersey Agency presents Friday Night Lights on 98.9 FM WYRZ. Want to mention our underwriters throughout the football season: Kevin Kersey Agency, the Panuni's Pizza and Wings, Crane Credit Union, Westside Plumbing, and UPS. Those folks have been our underwriters all year long. All right, so here we go. Fourth quarter underway, 12 minutes to go. Thanks for joining us tonight here on 98.9 FM, WYRZ, and AudioSportsOnline.com. I'm Rob Kendall, coming to you tonight from Brownsburg High School, where the Bulldogs lead the Hamilton Southeastern Royals by a score of 28-14. 12 minutes to go. Bulldogs facing a 3rd and 29 from their own 14-yard line. Out of the shotgun, snap, back to pass. Has time. Strake is going down the field, and it is nearly picked off, incomplete. Threw it into 2 Royals that time, incomplete pass. Kurtz was the intended receiver, and it'll bring up a 4th down now for the Brownsburg Bulldogs against the Hamilton Southeastern Royals. Steinman going to kick it away now. Royals should get good field position here as Steinman standing on his own goal line. And it's a high snap. It'll sail out of the end zone. That's going to be a safety for the Royals. And what a break for Hamilton Southeastern as it's now 28-16. And it's still a 2-score game, but man, Hamilton Southeastern kind of hanging around in this one. The Bulldogs have had some opportunities to put it away. Head coach John Hart not happy with that. And now the Bulldogs will have to kick it to the Royals. So the Royals now will receive the kick from the Bulldogs. 11:48 left to play in the contest. And again, HSE just kind of hanging around in this one, and they're going to get good field position here again, or at least they should. The kickoff is going to come from the 20-yard line. It'll be a free kick for the Bulldogs. So the Royals will be much closer than they normally are on these kickoffs, and he'll have to free kick it. Here we go. There's the kick. It'll be caught on the fly at the 30, across the 40, and still on his feet. driving ahead. Good effort that time. I believe that was 36th for the Royals, which was Anthony Eggers, and he is all the way up to about the 47, maybe the 48. So Hamilton Southeastern, they're trying to make a game of it here tonight. So let's see what the Royals can do here. A little bit of life. They've reeled off 9 consecutive points to get back into this one. It's 28-16. 11:39 left to play. Snap, back to pass. Huppenthal flushed out. He's on the run, and he will lose yardage and be sacked back at the 45-yard line. And that's exactly what the Bulldogs were looking for that time, able to flush the Royals into a second and long. Just really struggling to throw the football for Hamilton Southeastern, and it just impacts everything you do when the secondary can come up. They don't have to respect these guys running down the field. Man goes in motion and getting back to the initial line of scrimmage, and then across midfield that time. It was number 8 for the Royals. That was, I'm sorry, check that. That was number, that was Boyle on the run. I'm sorry, 18, not 8. Sometimes these numbers are a little hard to read. I apologize for that. 3rd down and 7 coming up. 10:40 left to play in the ball game. 3 receivers right side, 1 man to the left, a man in the backfield. Snap. There's the give, and room to run. Got a big hole, and Sims spins ahead, and he's very close to the first down. It's going to depend on the spot. Looks like they're going to put him about a half a yard short, so a huge 4th down coming up here for Hamilton Southeastern. You've got to assume they're going to go for it. Yeah, no doubt here for the Royals. They're going for it. You would assume Boyd will end up with the football here, but who knows? Boyd is the lone man in the backfield. 1 receiver to each side of the field. Snap, it's a quarterback sneak. Huppenthal leans ahead. Going to depend on the spot. Boy, it's close. It's so close. It looks like a pretty generous spot. He did have a second effort. It's going to depend on where they put the football down. It's always a game of inches. And the HSE saying they got it. Bulldogs saying you don't have it. Boy, you just can't trust high school football players these days. HSE continuing to emphatically say that they have it. The Bulldogs on the other side saying you don't have it. Let's see what our friends at 1070 The Fan say. I say he's got it. What do you guys say? What do you guys think? Yes, no? It's going to be close. It's going to be close. Nose of the football. He does not have it. Boy. Literally, the nose of the football was the decider there. It's always a game of inches. And that was a huge missed opportunity for the Royals that time off that free kick. Still down 2 scores. 28-16, 9:41 left to play in the ball game. Out of the shotgun. Ball's loose. It's a live football, and I think Southeastern got it back. That was just a miscommunication or something there on the handoff. Strakis to Sumter Bay, and it was a loose ball, and Southeastern fell on it, and what a break for the Royals. What a break. Hamilton Southeastern gets the football back with 9:32 remaining to play in the ball game. Hey, Westside Plumbing, Heating and Air is looking for employees with at least 2 years' experience as a journeyman plumber. More information can be found by calling 317-445-8399. Westside Plumbing, Heating and Air is a supporter of community radio. And now here come the Royals back onto the field. Low snap, that's a live ball. And once again, Huppenthal taken way back at the 50-yard line. That's just some serious miscommunication by both teams in the backfield now. They're going to put him down at the 49, so that's a loss of 5 yards. It's going to bring up 2nd and 15 or 16. Out of the shotgun. Snap. Huppenthal flushed out. Does avoid one tackler. Gets rid of it. And it is caught and dropped. He was wide open, and he couldn't hang on to the football. Boy, that was on the far side of the field, and I believe that was number 10 for the Royals, Boyson. And so now they're going to bring Sparks back onto the field, are the Royals, for this 3rd down opportunity. He's definitely got the better arm, and I'm sure that's what they're thinking here. 3 receivers to the right, or to the left, 1 man to the right. Snap back to pass. Steps up, has time, throws, caught, and it's Sims with the catch. Gets back to the initial line of scrimmage, and you might as well go for it here if you're Hamilton Southeastern. What do you have to lose? They're down by 12 with 8:38 to go. Kicking the ball doesn't do you a whole lot of good here. You need points, and you've struggled. So 4th and 10 coming up here for the Royals. Snap, back to pass. Has time. Nope, he's going to be hit. And he is going to be dropped all the way back near the 45. They're going to spot him with forward progress at the 50. And so turnover on downs. The Bulldogs defense stands tall. Hey, the Kevin Kersey Insurance Agency of the Farmers Insurance Group helps with home, auto, life, or business needs. Located at 480 East Northfield Drive, Suite 300 in Brownsburg, next to Bill Estes Ford. The phone number is 317-286-3481. They're also found on Facebook at the Kevin Kersey Agency or their website, farmersagent.com/K Kersey. And now there's a give. A quarterback keeper that time. As nice fake that time. Strakus leaning ahead. And now you would assume the Bulldogs will go into ball control mode. They've got 40 seconds in between plays here. And the ball now in HSE territory down to the 44-yard line. Still a 2-score advantage for the Bulldogs. Snap, give, Sumter Bay. No, nice delay that time. Good run. And he's got a 1st down. Down to the 36-yard line. Clock continuing to move. 7:25 left to go in the contest. And the Bulldogs content to run clock here. And Sumter Bay leans ahead, short gain on the play.
Filling in for the injured Donnie Marcus, Sumter Bay now 7 carries for 58 yards here in the second half. By the way, heads up, our next football broadcast at 107.5 FM and 10 Fan will be 2 weeks from tonight. That means some basketball next Friday. Our next game will be the first game of the 6A round, Ben Davis and Lawrence Central. Davis will be number 1 state for the next football beat. Taylor and Joe Wright will have that one for you from LC.
Snap, there's the give. Sumter Bay breaks through one tackle. He's off to the races inside the 25, all the way down to the 22. 1st down and 10 for the Bulldogs. And a fresh set of downs in the process. Hey, Hey, Panuni's Pizza and Wings in Brownsburg delivers to Pittsburgh, Claremont, North Avon, and all of Brownsburg. Pizza, calzones, breadsticks, and wings are always available. More information can be found on their Facebook page as well as their website, panuni.com. They're located at 1447 East Main in Brownsburg. Phone number is 317-286-3500. Open Sunday through Thursday, 11 to 9. Friday and Saturday, open till 11. Snap. Sumter Bay spins ahead. Very close to another first down. 5:35 and counting. And now a whistle and a timeout called by HSE. The new Plainfield UPS is now hiring part-time package handlers and part-time supervisors for 3 different shifts, morning, evening, and late night. A weekly retention bonus, pension, benefits, and college tuition reimbursements are available for part-time UPS employees. More information on available positions, online applications, and scheduling an interview can be found at upsjobs.com. So timeout by the Royals.
Coming up here for the Bulldogs. Southeastern does have 2 more timeouts they can use to stop the clock. 28-16, Brownsburg driving. Each a share of the title Hoosier Crossroads Conference this season. Alongside Joe Stacey, Red Strawberry. A little option here.
And now give us a Sumter Bay little shovel pass. He's all the way down inside the 5, down to about the 2. That's going to give another fresh set of downs and more clock for HSE, or for the Bulldogs rather, to run against HSE. So HSE really needed a quick 3 and out, and unfortunately they didn't get it, and the Bulldogs in the process have run a whole lot of clock, and they are now knocking on the door of scoring a touchdown. 5:20 and counting. Bulldogs can run this thing down to almost 5 minutes left to go in the contest here before snapping the football. Down under center, tight formation for Brownsburg. And now loose ball. The Bulldogs fall on it. And so now the Bulldogs can run some clock. They can run it all the way down to about 4:20 left to go in the game. Brownsburg in ball control mode here. 2nd and 5. 2nd and goal from the 5. Snap, and errant snap. Again, the Bulldogs fall on the football. HSE claiming it's their ball, but Bulldogs able to retain possession. Now the score, if they can put a field goal through here, it still makes it a 2-possession game. So they really need a touchdown. 4 minutes left to go in the contest. So 2 bad snaps in a row have harmed the Bulldogs, and now they're going to run. 3:44 left to play in the ball game. Crane Credit Union can assist when buying a home or a car, paying bills or depositing checks, as well as making loan payments can be done on smartphones with their mobile app 24 hours a day. Located in 27 Indiana counties, more information can be found at cranecu.org, federally insured by NCUA. So timeout by the Bulldogs. And with 3:44 to go, the Bulldogs now have a 3rd down and 7 coming up. Out of the shotgun snap, rolling to the left side, rolling, throwing on the run, and it is caught for the score. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Kurtz in the front corner of the end zone, and that'll make it a 34-16 affair with 3:37 left to play. Good play call there by John Hart. Royals were in there on defense, but just couldn't keep up with Kurtz. He got the speed there, got the position, and put it in for the score. Snap, spot, kick is up, and it is good. I've given up calling these goods or not goods after that kick by Southeastern earlier, which looked right down the middle to me and everybody in the press box until the official makes the signal. So 35-16 our score, 3:37 left to play in the ball game, and Brownsburg is going to close the regular season at 7-2. Hamilton Southeastern at 3-6, and of course now it'll be the beginning of the second season. Now keep in mind, the Bulldogs now will be on, I believe it's 5 wins in a row. They were 3-2 at one point. Or I'm sorry, they were 2-2 at one point, and now 7-2. They were 2-2 after that loss at Avon week 4. They were blown out, and they have been a new team since then. Line drive kick, it'll bounce. It'll be taken at the 20, across the 25, and up to the 20, across the 25, I should say, up near the 30-yard line. So 3:32 left to play in this one. The Bulldogs defense will come back onto the field. Again, we want to thank Shane Ray back in the Hendricks Power Cooperative Studios for staying with us all year long. We also want to thank all the broadcasters that have been a part of our broadcast this year, including yours truly, Rob Kendall, Leck Zorn, Rhett Cochran, and Marcus Fredwell have all called games this year on 98.9 FM WYRZ. Snap back to pass. Throws, got a man in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. That was Sloan Slaybaugh, number 1 for the Royals. I want to thank all of our Hamilton Southeastern fans as well who have watched us all year long on audiosportsonline.com. Of course, we'll have your first postseason game coming up against Fishers in a couple weeks. You'll be able to listen to that one. And now out of the shotgun snap. There's the give, and that's not going to go much of anywhere. Number 26, Nigel Wilson was the runner that time. Snap, pitch, and once again, the running back was Wilson, and it doesn't go very far. So 2:40 and counting, clock continues to wind. And don't forget, coming up 10 o'clock, Kurt David is taking you back on 98.9 FM WYRZ.
2.5 minutes left to go in this one.
Snap, punt, end over end kick. It's a short kick. It'll sail out of bounds.
Bounce to get down to about the 40-yard line or so. Right in front of Brownsburg. These coaches know each other very well. I mean, John Hart, second year at Brownsburg, but he spent 4 years at Warren Central. Scott May has spent the last 11 seasons at Hamilton Southeastern. Mark this football down about the 47-yard line.
They're going to put it at the 47, so Bulldogs probably need to run 2, maybe 3 plays here. And then that'll be it for the regular season. Snap, there's the give, and that is number 21, Jay-Sean Keys, a senior. First time we've called his name tonight with 2 minutes to go. It'll bring up second down for the Bulldogs. Thank you for joining us tonight here on 98.9 FM, WYRZ, as well as AudioSportsOnline.com. We certainly appreciate that. And now a whistle and a equipment malfunction. And the Bulldogs will be able to wind this thing down to close to a minute if they are going to do so. There's the snap, the give, and leaning ahead. Nice little room to run there across midfield, still going. That was number 21, Jay-Sean Keys. And Keys down to the 47-yard line. $50 seconds to go. Bulldogs will have to run one final play. All right, 3rd down and 4 coming up. This will be our final play of the football game. Little stretch play that time. Hands it off to Keys. Keys turns the corner. He's got a first down into Royal territory, down to about the 37-yard line, and that will be it as they will wind the clock, and the Bulldogs will take it tonight by a final of 35-16. The teams are going to meet at midfield. They're going to shake hands. And we want to thank you very much for joining us, not only tonight, but all season long here on 98.9 FM WYRZ. Want to mention our sponsors again one final time, including Crane Credit Union, Panooni's, UPS, Westside Plumbing, and our title underwriter this year, the Kevin Kersey Insurance Agency of the Farmers Insurance Group. 35-16. Brownsburg defeats Hamilton Southeastern. Until next time, I'm Rob Kendall saying have yourself a great evening. So long, everybody.